Okay, so this here is the Shell gas station on ACH. This is where bikers meet, and they really like to ride on this highway. It's called Angel's Crest Highway, and this is where we started our trip to Big Bear Lake. We got some gas, and we're on our way. As you can see, this stretch of the road is pretty burned up. There was a fire, and to get to Big Bear, you drive through this type of land. You drive through forest, through a desert. It's a pretty interesting ride. So we took the 2 freeway all the way, so we rode through the mountains. And here you can start to see a little bit of trees, foresty type of area. Nothing like in Big Bear. Big Bear is really nice, really foresty. And tunnels, a few tunnels. It's always fun to ride through a tunnel. There's a second one. If you are a future rider, this is something that I would ask you to do. If you see a huge rock in the road, please remove it for, so other riders don't accidentally hit it. A lot of people will just ride by it thinking somebody else will remove it or pick it up, but no one's going to do it unless you do it. Someone has to do it. Did a little pit stop here, had some water, took some photos, and we were on our way. And then a few hours later, once we got out of the forest, we had to ride through this desert. It was hot, so riding on Freeway 2 was amazing. It wasn't hot. It was great. Once we got here, it was around 100 degrees, and it's getting pretty toasty, and it was 100 degrees probably for the next hour. So at this point, I am sweating my balls off, and I see a lake. It's very tempting, but we kept riding. Getting very, very close to Big Bear. Okay, so now I'm actually going to show you the Big Bear Lake. Here I go. I gotta get through these bushes. So while I'm riding, I will tell you what happened at the cabin. So Airbnb double booked our cabin. We got there when the cleaning person was there. The cleaning person says, the previous person that was here, he left all his stuff. So, I packed up all his stuff and I'm gonna take it to the office. I said, that's kind of strange. I don't know why they would do that. And they also took the key. And we were barbecuing, and that previous person that was staying there came and tried to make his way into the house, saying that he has his stuff in there and that he's staying for another night. I told him that's not going to happen. He got very mad and left. Never heard from him since, but it was a pretty interesting situation. And here's the lake. There it is. The one thing I noticed that was different at this cabin, okay? When we're in San Fernando Valley and we turn on the cold water in the shower, the water comes out not very cold. It's kind of warm. At this cabin, it was the most amazing shower after a hot ride, because the water was freezing cold. That's something you don't get in the valley. So this is the next day. We went around, kind of asked what they have on the lake, what they have for rent. They do rent boats and jet skis and fishing poles, things like that. There are a few rental places, actually. If you find the visitor center, you can go there. They'll give you this booklet, and you can look at the booklet and it'll tell you exactly where you need to go to rent whatever you need to rent. But we decided to ride through a forest instead. And here we are. The forest ride was pretty awesome. Here's another little bit of video. Now, on the way back, I decided to take the freeway instead of going through the forest again, which was a huge mistake because It was 102 degrees for like, I don't know, maybe an hour and a half or 2 hours. It's just way too hot. So when you ride in 102 degrees for a few hours and then it gets to like 98 degrees, it feels so good. It feels so cool. And then it gets to 95 and it just feels like heaven. And then you get home and there's a cold Dr. Pepper in your cooler and you just can't ask for more. Oh, yes. So I did record a few interviews. I posted one of them at the cabin. We did a few interviews. And I kind of have a plan now that I might be getting a bike house at Big Bear Lake here in the future.